Very sharp gentleman who has always walked a straight line, lost his cool yesterday and went and slapped another gentleman on stage. We refuse to talk about that. We go straight for, and these are sizable books. They are minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that, you tell women, sit down there, and they'll say, no, I need to be free because I've been listening to some feminazis, and then they will get themselves in trouble. The stories are out there. Unfortunately, the story we get to hear is the one that is celebrating and they're doing divorce party on TV. Those ones cry too. They cry too, so they don't get away with it. We act like they get away with it. Do we think Jada is getting away with it? No, she's not getting away with it. She just happened to be a lucky person that Will Smith, if you read his book, you will see that he has his own traumas. He has his own craziness that he buried. You bury those things, it's called burying. They really never die. If somebody trigger it, they will come right to the surface. And that's what we saw when he went and smacked this guy on the stage. This is a person that's also going through the journey of life. It's not an excuse. It's to say, instead of me worrying about him being a simp, I want us to say, okay, what can we learn from this? What is it that we're going through personally that we feel like we can bury? Don't think you can bury energy. It's only transforming into something else. If you leave loopholes, it will come back to the surface. What does that loophole look like? Insecurities. If you have if somebody comes into your life, see, people say they want to avoid marriage so that they don't get destroyed in the court. I said, the moment you stick your dick into a certain person, if you feel butterfly in your stomach so much that you're ready to stick, or it's just a kanji. What's the English of kanji because of my audience here? What's the proper English? If you get honey, if you get honey,
yeah.
If you get honey and you stuck your dick in the woman,
your wild oats.
Yes, the moment you are in that moment, right? Or you put your dick in somebody's mouth, she can even decide to bite it off. That's even physical harm to you. So how safe really are you if you don't learn the real problem here, which is how do you relate with women? That's the real problem that people are having. The problem that I see with Will Smith, 2 fuck-ups. First fuck-up is red table talk. No, lady. We're going to go through this together in therapy, privately. We're going to continue to be that fucking perfect image. People say, oh, everybody is perfect. No, motherfucker is still perfect. You see me and my wife as perfect. We're perfect, motherfucker. Okay? No, and I know I'm not going to tell you our secret either. You know, because that's how life works, right? Because they try to manipulate you into, you know, when we talk about married people need to talk more. They say, oh, so it's all married people. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about image is a big part of life. That's a different conversation. And Will Smith was trying to do that, but he fucked up when he was trying to do that progressive thing. Maybe we can help a few people. Let's just go on red table and talk about it. I don't think they got enough money to justify what they did because of that. I don't think so.
No, I don't think, I don't think, and if that was Jada's idea of creating a show where she monetized whatever she was doing in the red table, for the pain of her, I would say her reputation in the public eye,
right? I
don't think what she made out of red table talk or whatever they call that show justified, you know, what she's going through.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's too much information, and the information, there's too much information, and like Candace Owens said, the information really is a folly or a deep insight into the folly of the so-called attempt to be progressive.
Yes.
And that, you know, so much has been said, and that there's this really bad perception that has been created of Will Smith tolerating more than what a real man should tolerate.
Yes.
But that being said, I decided, you know, I've heard this for like the last, you know, since Sunday, really. Right. You know, of course, we had the slap that went across the world. So since that since then that we've had the slap and everything, and I've thought it and I think about it, and I say, in the end, it's not really Jada per se.
Absolutely not.
It is Smith.
Yep, correct.
And Smith's problem is he took a particular choice to walk a particular path.
Yep.
But did not necessarily create the systems or the mechanism in place to be able to deal with whatever would be the stress from walking that path. So at some point he's walking the path and then suddenly he burns out. You see, he burns out. And that at this point is really not Jada, because Jada, I mean, it really comes down to the traditional issue of Jada was sitting down, his Will, who went to her and said, I want to marry you. I want to give you this ring. I want you to be in my life. And we want to assume that if he was the one who did that, then he made his appraisals of this person on what is positive and what is negative in the life of that person. We want to believe he did that. And so he picked her up. Now, when I started thinking that way, it took me to a large, I said, okay, oh my God, if this is the case, then there's a lot of Wills out there.
Right.
There's so many Wills out there who brought a woman in from Nigeria, or married a Nigerian woman here, or an African woman here, or married even a Caucasian. And then his choices, the effects are now coming. You know, we have the cause, true, but the effects are now coming. And really, you are responsible for the decisions you make. You see? So that is where Will's dilemma starts, in that, yes, we can say, okay, Jada said this. Jada said that she'll forever love Tupac. Yes, Jada said, yeah. You know, yes, Jada said that she masturbates because her husband is incapable of satisfying her. Yes, Jada said she had
okay. Let's dissect that. Let's dissect that, right? The first thing you said is that Jada said, I will forever love Tupac.
Yeah.
How is that? How first of all, Tupac has died, God knows how long now, 30 years, almost 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Why is that relevant to, she said that on a radio show, more recently, right? Why is that relevant to
the funniest part about
marriage?
The relevance of that kind of speech, and I mean, I heard some people say, "Oh, that was just a trigger speech to make more people come on to Red Table Talk." I heard people say that, and then I heard some other people said it's been pulled out of context. Maybe she was talking about something about her former life that has made her who she is today. And some other people, I've heard other people just say, "Yep, that's exactly what she said." It's right there. It's out there.
So the way I took it, right? They were best friends. That's what we know, right? They never had romantic relationship. That's what we know. I could be wrong, but that's just what we know, right? But let's just go with what we know. If they were best friends, understanding how Americans operate, they could be best friends and never do anything, and that person could die an untimely death. And that person reserve a special place in their heart. People say this all the time. They don't get dragged on. The reason why they're getting dragged because there are present events. We refuse to talk about the present event. We go straight for the juggler with something that's completely past tense, right? We refuse to talk about the present event, which is that this gentleman, a very sharp gentleman who has always walked a straight line, lost his cool yesterday and went and slapped another gentleman on stage. We refuse to talk about that. We go straight for